Hi, my name is Eliza Larkin, and for most of my life, I haven't been able to see. Corrective vision is definitely required when I drive. But this experience and challenge has helped me become more and more appreciative of things like glasses and contacts that help me see and make sense of the world around me. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is reach for my glasses, because without them, I can't make sense of anything. It's all a blur, quite literally. But I want to get a little bit deeper into what vision is today. Talking about what it is, why having a vision is important, and how we can develop our own visions. So, what is vision? When I ask that, some people may think of a Marvel superhero, or some people may think of sight in general. But did you know that sight and vision are actually two different things? Sight is the actual physical experience we have when light bounces off objects into our eyes and sends signals to our brain to help us see images. Vision, on the other hand, is when our mind takes those images, interprets them, and assigns them meaning and value to help us make sense of what is going on in the world around us. So, why is that important? There was one time my fiance and I were walking along Canyon Road after the sunset, but it wasn't quite dark yet. Right at this point of dusk, colors were really hard to see. His bright blue hoodie was the same color as the dark gray asphalt underneath us. And it became clear to us that because there wasn't a lot of light, we didn't have a clear vision ahead, that it was really hard to move forward. And this can impact our personal lives as well. Taking these principles of the literal science behind vision helps us understand our life vision. So, why is that so significant? Just like your actual vision, having a vision for your life, your career, your family, or anything like that gives meaning and significance to that area. It helps provide inspiration and motivation to keep going. This is illustrated really well by some of my favorite literary characters, the Cheshire Cat and Alice from Alice in Wonderland. There's one point where Alice is wandering through the woods and she asks the Cheshire Cat a question. She asks, "Would you please tell me which way I ought to go from here?" "That depends a good deal on where you want to get to," said the cat. "I don't much care where," said Alice. "Then it doesn't matter which way you go." Lewis Carroll's literary characters illustrate the importance of having vision. If you want to go anywhere, you have to have direction and a goal. However, the right direction or goal is critical for creating the life, family, or career that you want. When I was younger, people would often ask me what I wanted to do when I grew up. And it was easy to say that I wanted to be a veterinarian. From ages 4 to 15, that was my answer every single time. But once I hit high school, I started learning about a bunch of different things that I could do with my life. I started seeing things I was more interested in. And around the time it was to choose a college and people were asking me what I wanted to major in, I didn't really know how to answer. But life has a funny way of making you choose. So I chose something to study, and I started out with biotechnology. It was wonderful, and I loved it, and I learned so much, but it just didn't feel right. So I looked into the business school, and I ended up setting on digital marketing, where I've met people and I've had experiences and I've learned things that I never would have otherwise. And as I reflected on this experience, I realized that my vision had never really changed. My direction and my plans had, but that vision was always there. I wanted to have college so I could have a career, so that I could provide for my family one day. And that was the vision the whole time. I wanted a life that's full of joy and experiences with the people I love. So, how do we develop that vision? Maybe you're just like me, just starting out on the journey of figuring that out. But maybe you've been at this life thing a long time. It doesn't matter where you're at right now, because you can choose at any time where you want to go. To figure out what that goal might be, I want to give you 3 pieces of advice that either I got or I've learned from my personal experience. First, determine what your values are. What makes you you, or who do you want to be? And figure out what values resonate with you. And if you have questions or concerns, ask your family, friends, or other people you trust to help you. Are you someone who always finds a way to see the bright side? Are you someone who cares about honesty and integrity in every part of life? Are you ambitious and eager to take every learning opportunity you find? Write them down. It's not a personality test, but it's about you, understanding yourself and where you stand in the world. Second, describe what is most important to you. What gives your life meaning? Is it your family, your friends, your career? Just the things that you care about. There's no right answers. Evaluate them and ask yourself why they mean so much to you. Are they the current focus of what you do each day? If your family is the most important thing to you, are you developing the relationships you have with them every day? A daily focus on your goal will help you achieve it. Third, determine what will help you get there. How are you going to develop attributes and relationships that will help you achieve your goal and define that vision? Break down the steps. You're not going to become the chief financial officer of a company overnight. But what you can do is define your next move. What makes a good CFO? What skills, attributes, or characteristics do they have? How does our work ethic impact their life? How do they conduct themselves? What skills do they have? Then work on those things a little bit each day. Those 3 things are going to help you create your own vision. And I've seen that impact my own life every single day. Currently, my fiance and I are planning our wedding, and it was really hard to figure out what we wanted to do because we didn't know what those values and important things were, and we certainly didn't know how to get there. When our mother started asking us questions about what we wanted our wedding to look like, we hadn't talked at all about what our individual visions were. And so we realized that there was a ton that we hadn't even thought about. We took some time to discuss our own visions of our wedding, compare notes, and decide together what we wanted things to look like. The specifics have changed over time as we've made decisions, but the overall vision has stayed the same. So we've talked today about what vision is, why having a vision is important, and how we can develop our own visions. This has impacted my life, but it's up to you to decide if it's going to impact yours. As the masterful Dr. Seuss says, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the one who'll decide where to go. Thank you.